Hey guys, I am here to show you a comparison of two Gabor Soft and Subtle wigs. So I have Gabor Soft and Subtle in the color SS Hazelnut, which is GL8-29SS. GL8-29SS, Soft and Subtle. I actually have this same wig, same color in a petite, average, and a, let's see, how do they say it? Average petite and average large. So, I had some trouble getting all that out. So hopefully you know what we're doing here, but I am showing you this wig and this wig in two different sizes. And the reason I wanted to do that was because I think when it comes to some of these kind of sizing things, it can be really confusing. So let me just tell you real quick how I got here. So I purchased this color in the average large size first. I found it on a closeout site. I didn't really realize that it came in two different sizes. So I got the average large, and as a lot of you know, my measurements are average petite. So I have an average circumference all around my head at 22 inches, but my measurements from here to here and here to here are very petite. They're like between child size and petite. And if you'll look in the description box below, I have all my measurements. And I also list, if I could find it, what average is. And so I have trouble a lot of times with wigs that may fit me around my head, but are way too big here. I get a lot of extra cap right up in here. And so when I got the average large, that's exactly what happened to me. I had a lot of extra cap up in here, and I'll show that to you. So right now I have on the average petite. This one fits me great. Around my head is perfect. I haven't had to tighten the adjusters. I don't have a ton of extra cap. I have a little tiny bit of extra cap, but barely any. Really, really comfortable. The coverage is not super, so let me make sure she's situated well. So the ear tabs are right here, and a lot of my bio hair shows. I'm really trying to get in here and move the hair. So, you know, there's hair on the ear tabs, which is kind of making it confusing. So right there, so you can really see my bio hair, which is not unusual. That happens a lot. But you know, the coverage on the average large is a lot better. So something I've noticed, and I do have a review, I believe I already have a review of Soft and Subtle, so I'm not going to spend a lot of time telling you about this wig, although I will add some impressions because I've worn Soft and Subtle a lot. And I will tell you, Soft and Subtle is in a top 5 for me. I have her now in 3 colors. I love this wig. There are some cons to it though, so we'll talk a little bit about that. But the lace front is so fabulous. It may be pulled back a little bit. It's just so good. This is a beautiful, beautiful lace front. I love this color, this SS Hazelnut. It's just a beautiful brunette auburn. I love how they've got the lighter color up front here, which really helps with that lace. And it's rooted, but it's a really, really good rooting. I just love it. I think it's so pretty. Couple of complaints, I think, if you will. She has a ton of flyaways. Actually, the other one's a little bit worse. A lot of flyaways in the face. I spend a lot of time pulling out hairs that I just can't get to behave. She's got enough hair that I'm not worried about, you know, her going bald or anything. But, you know, the other thing is the front here can be a little bit annoying. You know, she's got some wave, not as much in the front. I wore her all day at work today, and I spent a lot of time kind of tucking her and situating that front. And I wanted to do that in front of a bathroom mirror because of how well you can see my bio hair here. I just wanted to make sure that I had that hidden really well. I did get a lot of compliments though. People compliment this wig all the time. Just think my hair looks so cute. You know, I'm considering putting a few waves in. I've not done that yet, but I've seen lots of videos, and I now have some curlers that I'm gonna try. So maybe if I put a few waves in the front here, I'll like that better, but I still love this wig. But this is really not about soft and subtle, it's about the comparison. So some things I want you to notice: the length on the large, so because the cap is larger, the hair is longer. And so the large one is just a little bit longer on me, not a ton longer, but a little bit longer. And also looks like she has a lot more hair because I have so much extra cap on the large, the average large, that it's poofy from extra cap. So one thing I'll tell you about soft and subtle is she does have a little bit of permatease. I can feel permatease sort of right in here. Maybe a little bit up here, not a lot. So there's permatease up here, but it's not a ton of permatease. You know, if you wanted to get tons of volume out of this one, you can't. You know, you can get a little bit, but it doesn't hold. And it's just because she doesn't have a lot of permatease. And the hair density is I'd say medium. It's not heavy density hair. She doesn't have a ton of hair. She's not so light that you're worried that you're going to see the wefting, but she doesn't have a ton of hair. I think that's something I really like. So you can see there's some permatease in here, but it's not terrible. So sorry, I should have done this first. I'm going to do a switch, and I want you to look at if you can notice any differences. I really studied this in the mirror before I turned the camera on, so I could really give you guys a good description. So you can kind of see she's not at my shoulders, and you know, she's a little poof here, but you know, she lays pretty flat. The profile isn't terribly poofy. So I'm going to try to do a quick change so that you can really see. And this was the one, I've worn this one probably 5 times. Because it was the first one. And when I had a chance to get an average petite, I had to jump on it because I really wanted to know. I'm looking in the mirror behind my phone here. I really wanted to know how different the caps would fit. Okay. So right off the bat, this cap is huge on me. I have taken the adjusters all the way in. They're Velcro adjusters, thankfully. I'm just dealing with the flyaways here. This one is worse on the flyaways up here. And you know, I wonder, I've experienced that with multiple wigs that appear to be highlighted, like that have highlights in the front, brunette wigs that look like they're highlighted. It's almost like they behave like human hair when it gets a little fried from over processing. It's really odd because I wouldn't expect that to happen with synthetic. It is one complaint I have about this. There are a lot of flyaways on the front here that I'm constantly going like this, and I have used John Monroe Peace Out cream and things just to try to deal with that. So anyway, so you can see this one is a tad longer. It's so subtle it might be hard to tell, but this one is definitely longer. It also, can you see that cap? I mean, there is so much cap up here. Look at that. And that poofs up. Because there's so much cap, it poofs up. Now, I think it may just appear to others like I have backcombed my hair. So in that sense, I didn't really sweat it, but I really like the way that the petite fits me better, the average petite. Other than that, I mean, this one appears to have a little bit more waves. Just a little bit. The back is really, really similar. And it is a little longer. I didn't show you that one really close, but it is a little longer. The coverage, you can still see my bio hair, but that ear tab is way lower, way lower. So the coverage is much better. But this cap means so much cap. It's almost uncomfortable, so much cap. And I have these adjusters. I mean, I could take them in even more. I really could. It's just that the way that when you take them in so far and it kind of buckles on the side, I don't know. I mean, this is a big, big cap. So if you are, this says average large, but I have to believe if you are a large circumference, you are going to be comfortable in this. I just have I rarely have to take the adjusters in so far on wigs. Even though I'm very petite here, my 22-inch circumference really makes it so I don't have to adjust wigs a ton. But I just have to adjust that one so much. Whereas this one, I don't. And it's just, while I like the coverage on the large better, I'm just so much more comfortable in this cap. You can see it looks a lot shorter. I think you really can. I know I can. And I can feel it. So anyway, that's the difference between the two Gabors, average large, average petite. So look at my measurements and see how yours compare to mine. I would say if you're even a little bigger than me, this one's gonna fit you. I do have a tiny bit of extra cap in here, not a lot. And I mean, I could let the adjusters out a tiny, tiny bit. They're not all the way to the end. And it's always an option to cut the straps. I know people have done that. I actually have a wig that has a strap that broke, one of my girl monos, and she fits really loose on me compared to all my others. But it hasn't affected her quality or her wearability. So that's always an option if you have a cap that's too tight. Unless you are convinced you're gonna sell, it's an option. So anyway, I'm getting hot in here. So I just wanted to get on here and give you this comparison. So if you have questions for me, let me know. I'll do my best to answer them. I'm probably gonna sell the average large for a really good price because I've worn her 5 or 6 times. I'll look on my list. I keep track of when I wear my wigs, and I've also washed this one I just washed it knowing I was gonna sell it. And you saw how she looked. She looks fantastic. She washed up great. So this is a top 5 wig for me. I love Soft and Subtle, I really do. So anyway, I hope this was helpful. If you're struggling what size to get when you can see that there's an average large and an average petite, here's my experience. Have a good one, guys. Thanks for watching.